Yeah, hi guys. So today I get opportunity to interview one of the students that I coach. If you just join the live, I will really appreciate it if you can share the live with your friends. And also, it is important to give the live a like. Okay. So all right. Nabuela, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Can you speak again? I want to make sure you are clear. Your sound is clear. Can you hear me?
I can
There
hear.
is an issue with your line. Hello?
Hello.
Okay. I just want to make sure when you speak, others can hear you clearly. Okay, that's the thing. So should we start?
Sure.
All right. And also, please try to speak out, okay, a little bit so that people can hear you. All right. So, why do you want
All
to
right.
study in the US?
I needed a degree that is very competitive here in Kenya. Additionally, the uh, nursing degree in the US will enable me to understand the mental health needs of my patients so that when I come back home and take care of them, I can be able to provide the appropriate and timely care so as to improve their quality of life and as well as reduce the morbidity and mortality that is associated with mental health issues.
Tell me about your program.
It is a 4-year program that has actually a total of 120 credit hours, 120 credits, sorry. And then the 5 semester clinical study will begin in the second year, where we will look at courses like an introduction to general nursing and health appraisal courses. In the third year, we shall look at adult care, pediatrics, psychiatry, as well as research. And then in the final year, we will all have a look at courses like medical surgical, leadership and
Did you
management,
get a scholarship?
not forgetting.
Did you get a
Sorry,
scholarship? Did you get a scholarship?
I was actually awarded a global distinction scholarship of $14,000, which will partially cover for my tuition. And the remaining cost shall be covered by my 4 mentors, whom not only not whom all of them lost a person that is close to them. Lost The person died either through depression, or the person died through alcohol abuse. Apart from that, they're also passionate about mentoring women, and especially those who are in STEM courses and healthcare courses, because they discovered that there was a gender gap in Kenya in healthcare courses, and they believe that them financing me will have a long-term impact in my community and in Kenya as a whole, because we are all talking about reducing the mental health related premature deaths.
Do you have their bank statement with you?
I have the bank statements if you would like to look at them.
Okay, what is the name of the school again?
I will be studying at Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana.
And why did you decide to go to Ball State University?
Okay, of all the schools that I applied to, so from the beginning of my journey, like when I inquired about the school to the issuance of I-20, all the staff at Ball State made me feel like I'm already part of them, and this made me comfortable because this is the environment where I want to spend my 4 years. And aside from that, the rigorous nursing training at Ball State will enable me to take specialty courses in psychiatry. That is actually the area that I'm interested in, sorry, so that when I come back home, I will use the knowledge to take care of my patients as far as mental health needs is concerned, so that I can improve their quality of life and reduce any mental health related morbidity and mortality, both in my own community and in Kenya as a country.
Now, until now, you haven't told us which program you are going to pursue. From the beginning, you had a
I'll be
chance to.
pursuing
Yeah, you never told us until now. So, why do you want to study nursing?
I am a qualified clinical officer by profession, and I take care of people living with HIV here in Kenya. I ensure that their life quality is improved by preventing opportunistic infections plus any other diseases that they may have. However, this experience alone isn't enough because uh, it doesn't give me the opportunity to explore on how better I can take care of them as far as their mental health is concerned. So I plan to use my medical background, both academically and professionally, as a foundation to build and get a career in nursing so that I can come back home and continue
And
to work with my patients.
can you tell me how you got a scholarship of 14K? How did you get a
Well,
scholarship?
I submitted a very strong application, and coupled with my great academic background and my long-standing progressive working experience in healthcare, I was able to be awarded the scholarship.
Okay. And have you traveled outside Kenya before?
I have never traveled outside Kenya before.
Okay. And what is your current job again?
I'm a clinical officer.
And what is that about?
Well, a clinical officer is a health professional who is licensed to diagnose, manage, investigate, and take care of patients who are also in rehabilitation centers.
So, if you are already a clinical officer, why then do you need a degree in nursing? What is the difference?
Well, I feel that my experience as an officer just give me a chance to explore other areas in medicine, or rather in medical studies. For example, I cannot be able to.
Hold on,
Uh,
hold on. Can you start the answer again because the line was breaking, so we couldn't hear anything. So can you take that again?
okay.
Yeah, what is the difference between what you currently do and the nursing degree that you want? Why do you need that? Why do you need a nursing degree when you're already a clinical officer?
Okay, well, I feel like as much as a clinical officer, I'm a healthcare provider, although the experience that I have,
Uh,
the qualification that I have as a clinical
yeah,
officer,
hold on,
can you
please.
hear me?
Hold on, please. Yeah, so the
Okay,
line is breaking for some reasons. It's difficult to hear what you're saying. Hello, can you say hello?
sorry.
Yeah, okay. I think it's clear. Can you,
Hello,
yeah, so try it again and let's see.
can you get me clearly
Yeah,
now?
now it's clear. Yeah. So can you say it again?
All right. Okay, so I was saying, as a clinical officer, I'm as good as any other healthcare worker, but I feel that this experience as a clinical officer alone limits the extent to which I can offer healthcare services to my patients, especially in terms of their mental health. That is why I need to study my second bachelor's degree in nursing to further build knowledge, experience, and so I can help my patients better because I'll be able to need better. So I can open
Uh,
appropriate time
yeah, the network is
intervention.
really bad right now. The network is very bad. Oh, hello.
Hello?
Yeah, so the network was breaking, but I mean, I think I can hear you now. I don't know if you want to take it again because I missed a lot of things. So
Yeah,
if
sure.
yeah, so
Yeah,
why
sure.
you already have a degree in clinical nursing, right? A clinical
Medicine. Yeah.
what is the name again?
Clinical medicine. Clinical medicine.
Clinical medicine. Yeah. So then why do you need a bachelor's degree in nursing?
Because the experience and the qualifications that I have in clinical medicine is not enough. It limits the extent to which I can offer healthcare services to my patients, especially in terms of their mental health. That is why I want to uh, get into nursing so I can further build my knowledge, experience, and skills so I can be able to work with my patients closely and monitor them over time and offer appropriate and timely interventions to better their lives and reduce or rather improve their health and prevent the premature deaths that are associated with issues mental health.
Okay, so if you want to acquire skills in dealing with mental health issues, then
Yeah.
why didn't you pursue a degree in psychology instead?
Because I feel like a degree in nursing will allow me to always be with my patients and I can be able to follow them up even if they have been put in long-term care facilities. I can be able to be there with them anytime, whenever they need me. I needed a degree that will enable me work hands-on with my patients.
What is mental health? When you say mental health, what is it about?
Well, mental health is the emotional, psychological, and social well-being of a person that affects the way they feel, the way they think, and the way they act, as well as how they relate with other people and make healthy choices.
Hmm. And do you know anyone in the
Yeah.
US?
I do not know anybody in the US.
Okay, and is this the first time you're applying for the visa?
This is the first time I'm applying for the visa.
Okay. Are you married?
I'm married with two children.
Okay. And did you apply to other countries aside the US?
I absolutely I made an application to Canada.
Uh, did you apply to just one school in Canada?
Yes, I applied to only one school in Canada and four schools in the US.
Okay, so why did you apply to a school in Canada if was always your first choice?
Well, US was my first choice, but as far as a world class education and good experience when it comes to medical issues, I felt like Canada was also a good country to study in. Although I found that the choices that I got, the options that I got in the US were much better than the ones I got in
When you
Canada.
say offers, what do you mean by offers?
Well, by offers, I mean that the situation, or rather, what I will find when I join a school in United States, and whatever I will find when I join a school in Canada. For example, I didn't just need I needed a school. I needed a school that would provide an environment that was conducive for learning as well as prepare me for future practice to my patients. And I felt like I made the right choice because of Ball State University.
Okay. So are you suggesting
Yeah.
that Canadian schools don't provide students with conducive environment, because it looks like that is your main argument?
Not really. They actually provide a conducive environment, but I meant, as far as my personal choice is concerned, the way I was handled by the faculty in both State University actually made me feel at home. I'm not a student yet. I haven't started my semester yet with them, but I really feel like I'm a part of them. So that was the feeling that I needed. I needed somewhere that I would be comfortable to learn, and I feel that Boston is the place for me.
Where is Ball State University? Where is it located?
It is located in Muncie, Indiana.
Do you know anything about the city?
Well, I know that the city the city experiences all the four climate changes, the weather changes. They have both all the summer, spring, autumn, and winter. And I also know that it is a city mostly known for balls, from the name ball, obviously. It is so much known for sports as well. And on top of that, I also know that the school itself started as an educational institution. It was like a college for teachers. Then it later incorporated other disciplines. Another thing I know about it is that the land that the school was built on was donated to them by the Five Ball brothers. So
Okay.
the land was donated to the state, and then later the school was built there. It was actually founded in 1918.
Okay, so after your program, what are your plans?
I plan to continue working with people living with HIV here in Kenya, because the knowledge I would have acquired in Ball State from the nursing degree would have, will make me a great nurse who understands the mental health needs of her patients, and will be able to provide the timely and necessary interventions to improve their quality of life and reduce any mortalities and morbidities that are associated with mental health challenges, both in my community and in my country as a whole. Additionally, um, in the long run, I sincerely wish uh, to come up with a non-governmental organization. So the establishment of this organization will basically be for mental health patients that we want to um, know whatever the needs they have and meet those needs however we can. So the organization will be based here in Kenya.
Okay. So these are
Yeah.
basically the questions that I have for you. Overall, I think you've done well. You are clear on what you want to do and all of that. The little issue is how you differentiate the difference between you being a clinical officer and you coming to the US to pursue a degree in nursing. You know, even though you said with a specialization in mental health. So I thought you put a lot of emphasis on the fact that you are coming to study a nursing degree with an interest in mental health, because you want to learn mental health from the perspective of a nurse, rather than when I ask you, I ask you why not psychology. So it's more like you are trying
Mhm.
to learn mental health from the point of view of a nurse, rather than from a point of view of a psychologist. I feel that makes a lot more sense, but I didn't hear anything like that.
Like that.
When I asked you, tell me about your program, you were just telling me the program is 30 credits and stuff like that. But if I ask you tell me about your program, you have to start by telling me what the program is. I never heard about nursing
All right.
until the fifth question or so. And that's not how it works. When you start a conversation with somebody, you have to give a background of what the conversation is about or what the person's question, is asking for. So it is important to start by
Okay.
saying what you are going to study. Okay. When I ask
Okay.
you who is sponsoring you, the way you structured your answers, and you were even stammering, with the answer, and that is not helpful. When it comes to your funding, you have to be clear on why somebody or some people are sponsoring you. Like, you have to be clear enough. You don't have to be thinking
Oh,
about what to say and stuff like that, because that is, when it comes to funding, is something that you should know exactly why. Like, you should know exactly who is sponsoring you. Like, you shouldn't be thinking about it, because it's like, what is your age? You don't have to
okay.
think about your age. It's something you have to know. But um if I ask you, have you traveled outside your home country? That is also one of the things that you have to I mean, there is nothing wrong with your answer. Okay, I'm just giving a general comment on the who is sponsoring you. But if you ask what are your plans after your studies, you can say some things, and then kind of you can have a room to pause a little bit. But there are some questions, there is really no point pausing, because if you are pausing, then it's questionable. Does that make sense?
It does.
All right. And also, I asked you, why do you want to why so you told me you applied to schools in Canada, and I asked you, why did you apply to schools in Canada even though you prefer the US? You gave a good answer, but I think I asked you, I think you also said, Canadians, US schools provide conducive environments. Something like this is not a good answer, because you could have even said, US education is actually more practical or something. That is more, I feel like that is more
Okay.
convincing. And saying it is more practical is not enough. You also have to get into the specifics. So, for example, US education, or like the school you are going to, has a laboratory that allows students to conduct certain things, like kind of do things which mimics a hospital setting, something like that. And then the visa officer knows, okay, this is exactly what you mean, like, you actually know what you mean by it is more practical. So
Yeah.
those are the things that I would say. But overall, I think your answer is good. When it comes to your sponsor, you really have to be very clear on who is sponsoring you,
All right.
because yeah, I always tell students that I work with what student present to me. I cannot change who is sponsoring you. And in your case, you are being sponsored by people who have lost people, like relatives, due to mental health issues. And so when you got the offer to study a degree in nursing with a focus on mental health, they were happy for you. And these are people who are more like mentors, like your mentors. And so they offer some assistance to you. And it's not one person, there are four people. Now, I don't see anything wrong with that. It's all about, like I said, the pauses and all those things, they don't help when it comes to a question like that. You have to be clear that they're actually sponsoring you. And there is a possibility that you could be asked, how much are they sponsoring you with? Because you cannot be ignorant about what they are going how much each person is going to sponsor you with, and what the kind of job each person does, and all of that. Like, these are all information that you should be aware of, just in case
Okay.
you are given the time to express yourself very well. Then you have to bring out all these details. And also, for the sake of, if you ask a follow-up question, because for me, I think you have a bit of scholarship, which is actually good. And so if you have people who have suffered, who have lost close people in their families, and as a result have decided to sponsor your education, I think it makes sense. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. And also, the fact that
Okay.
you are working in the hospital setting, you take care of people with HIV and all of that. And these people actually go through a lot of mental health issues. And so these are things that you always have to bring forward if possible. Like as soon as you get opportunity, you have to bring out the fact that you take care of people with that, and you've realized that these people go through a lot of mental health issues. And so even though you take care of other things, you still cannot help them mentally. And that is why you think getting a degree in nursing with a focus on mental health will be very important to yourself, like your career, and then to these patients as well. So yeah, overall, I think you've done well, and just little things that if you take care of, I think you should be fine. Okay. Do you have any question for me?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Not for now.
You don't have any question, right?
No, not for now.
Okay. Yeah, then enjoy your day and take care of yourself. Okay.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, no problem. Bye bye.